Hey guys, good morning. How are you? Happy Friday. Weekend, baby. Only a few more of these to go. Can you believe it? Where has our year gone? Today I'm going to skip the skip the skips, and get right to math because today's is a little bit more complicated. No worries. As long as you're watching this video and paying attention closely, you'll be good. All right. Listen to this. Let me introduce you a topic. So, you ever wonder what happens in space? Like how far does it go, you know? Interesting topic to think about. I think about that often, like what happens, you know? So anyway, the question is, what happens after 1 on a number line? What happens if the number is larger than 1? Well, this is something called an improper fraction, okay? So what's going to happen is the numerator, the number on top, is going to be larger than the denominator once you get bigger than 1 because, well, it's more than 1. And I just want you to think about this. Say I was having lunch, right? And I was having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I had one peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I cut it in half. I ate one half, 2 halves, right? But then I was still hungry and I said, well, I'm going to make another peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I cut it in half and I ate 3 halves, 4 halves. So I had 4 halves. So my numerator is larger than the denominator because I had more than one sandwich. I actually had 2 sandwiches, 4 halves. Okay, so let me show you on the number line, then I'm going to show you some stuff that you're going to be doing in today's lesson, and it's a piece of cake, okay? Watch closely. So, check this out. I have a number line, right? It's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal pieces. So we're going to call this fifths, right? So 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and then 1 is 5/5, right? But what if my number line kept going? And what if it went all the way to the number 2, right? And so I had still fifths, right? So what is the next one? So I have 5/5. So what happens? Well, I still have fifths. I just have one more. So instead of 5/5, I have 6/5, 7/5, 8/5, 9/5, and then 10/5 or 2. Now check this out. This is pretty cool. If you divide the bottom number into the numerator, like 5, 10, how many 5s are in 10, you'll get the answer 2. Or how many 5s are in 5, you'll get the answer 1. So that always works on like whole numbers. It doesn't work like 5 doesn't go into 6 or 5 doesn't go into 7. But if it's a whole number, it will. So check this out. So say I had this number line and it went to 2. Woo. And I had this one broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. So we'll call it sevenths. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 1/7, 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7, 6/7, 7/7. See how it's the same number on the top and bottom? That means 1. Now what happens? Well, I just keep going up with the numerator. 8/7, 9/7, 10/7, 11/7, 12/7, 13/7, and then again, watch, 14/7, and again, watch. 7 goes into 14. 7, 14, it goes in 2 times. So you can always like check yourself on that. All right. Now, this is pretty cool. So say that's 2. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces. So I have fourths, right? So check this out. If I have fourths, I go 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then 4/4. or 1, same number on top, numerator, that means 1 whole. And then I just keep going. 5 fourths, because it's still fourths. 6 fourths, 7 fourths, 8 fourths, or 2, and watch, 4, 8. See how that happens? So think about it. If it was 3, it would be 4, 8, 12 fourths, okay? So they're just going to show you some number lines today. You just got to make sure the numerator is going up and just double check them. Now, sometimes they're going to ask us to write a fraction, a whole number as a fraction, like write 5 as a fraction. So how do you do that? Interesting question, right? So check this out. If I want to write 5, I write 5. And then what's my denominator? Well, believe it or not, 1. It's called 5. It's not once, it seems like it, right? But 5 wholes. You say that like that. Wholes. Okay, 5 wholes. So how would I write 7? Well, I'd write 7 wholes. Or I'd write, how do I write 8? 8 wholes. Or how do I write 3? Well, 3 wholes. Okay, so if there's a 1 on the denominator, it means it's just another way of writing 7. It's just another way of writing 8. Okay, so now check this out. Now they're going to show us some problems like this. And it's going to get a little crazy, but no big deal. So just trust me on this. Watch. 7, how do I write 7 in wholes? Well, you just put this, just like I showed you. 7 wholes. And then they're like, but wait a minute, what if I wanted to know thirds? How do I write 7 if it's thirds? Well, this is where we're going to cross multiply. Remember how we were doing that? Cross multiply? So watch. If I have 7 times 3, I go 7, 14, 21. And then I'd say, okay, well, 1 times what is 21? Because it has to be 21. Well, 1 times 21. So 21 thirds would be the same as 7 wholes. What? Let's do it again. Say I had 3, right? How do I write 3 in wholes? Well, you just put 3 wholes. And now I just got to, if I wanted to know fourths, I just got to cross multiply. How many fourths is 3 wholes? Trick, by the way, you could just count by 4 3 times. 4, 8, 12. Say watch. Count by 3 7 times. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Oh, wowzers. So 3 times 4 is 12. So what times 1 is 12? Right? Because that has to be equal. Well, it must be 12. Okay? Or you can just count by 4 kind of times 3. What? Let's do it again. So 5 is how many wholes? Well, 5 wholes is the same as 5, or how many halves, right? You can just count by 2 5 times, or go 5 times 2 is 10. What times 1 is 10? Well, 10 times 10 is 10. So I just cross multiplied those. So today you're definitely going to need some scrap paper, okay? And now if I have 1 whole, right? 1 whole. How many fourths is 1 whole? Well, to be 1 whole, the number on the top has to be the same as the number on the bottom. So 4 fourths would be 1 whole. Or how many fifths? Well, 5 fifths would be 1 whole. Well, what if it was tenths? Well, it would be 10 tenths would be 1 whole. Or what if it was 18ths? Well, then it would be 18 18ths would be 1 whole. Alrighty? So I'm going to send your parents a picture of this to use as a guide. You're going to cross multiply. Definitely going to need some scrap paper today. And for those of you guys I saw today at Elijah's parade, it was great to see you kids. I miss you guys so much. Keep up the great work. We only have, just not really too much longer to go. So keep up the good work. You guys are rocking this thing out. Finish up strong. I'm putting report cards together next week. So just make sure you're doing your work so I can just write all sorts of good things on there for you, all right? Awesome job. See you guys soon, all right? Bye-bye.